Welcome to Oh My Mind, the podcast where we talk about mental health with heart, humor, and expert insights. Whether you're navigating anxiety, learning about therapy, or just need a space to feel seen, this podcast is for you. Join me along with mental health professionals and real-life voices as we dive into battles of the mind and how to overcome them. Hi, my name is Vanessa Wanjiku Kanyaru. Wanjiku Kanyaru on social media, all social media platforms, that is. And I'm here to tell you a bit about myself. Professionally, I'm a lawyer. I'm currently working in the human rights and development space, and with a bit of bias when it comes to children, just because I love kids. So child justice, child protection, all that. Socially, I'm a daughter, I was about to say I'm a mother. I'm a daughter, I'm a friend, I'm an auntie, I'm a godmother, all the nice things. Yes, that's it, a bit about who I am. I would say I am an ambivert. The introverted side and extroverted side of me battle every day, but the introvert side almost always wins, except when I'm on the dance floor. I am a lover of all things fashion, style, just, looking good. And did I mention? Yes, I do love kids. So I was also once a Sunday school teacher, fun fact. What else do I do? Yeah, I'd say that's it about me. Oh yes, nimeokoka, Yesu ni Bwana. Amen. To be honest, this has been like 10 years in the making. I've just always wanted to have a space where I share different things, personal insights on life. But, imposter syndrome has had the best of me. But here we are now. And I think over the years, as I've thought about it, I have leaned more towards the mental health aspect. Specifically because of my personal experiences, but also experiences that I've seen people around me go through one-on-one and even just socially. And I think that it's a conversation that we've been talking a bit more about as a society. And so, it's time to have my platform as well. I'm a bit nervous, I won't lie. I'm also excited though. As I said, I've thought about this for years. So finally seeing it happen, that's good. First of all, I can talk a lot. So maybe just having that space where now I'm not just talking to myself, but I'm talking to people. But as I said, I think I have had personal experiences with mental health. I have seen people around me experience, the diverse effects of it. And so I thought, let's get talking. We see how it affects us, not just in our day-to-day lives, but when it comes to work, when it comes to our relationships, when it comes to how we deal with family. So here we are talking about it and demystifying it. So I figured that because I love to spend time by myself at home, so majority of the time that's what I'd be doing. However, when I'm with my friends, it's like there's just a side of me that comes out. As I said, you will see it on the dance floor, especially. So, I have like both extremes and just trying to balance. I used to think I'm an extrovert, but I realized that a lot of social interactions drain me. So, the podcast Oh My Mind is on mental health. Everything mental health, just battles of the mind. I realized that we have a lot of silent battles that we go through in our minds, and that manifests physically sometimes if not dealt with properly, hence the title. But it's all things mental health, from anxiety to depression to even the others that maybe we don't always talk about, schizophrenia, bipolar, and then just how now even these things affect our day-to-day lives. How anxiety affects you at work, how it affects your relationships, how it affects your friendships, how it affects your sex life as well, such things. So, yeah. Well, it was in the middle of a period where I was battling with like anxiety, and I realized, yes, I can see the physical manifestation of it, but before it gets there, most of the battles I was having were in my mind. It was all my thoughts. I was just like, oh, my mind. My mind is, it's fighting me, and I'm trying to fight back. So that's really how the name came up, and it's like, before these things do manifest, they actually start in your mind, hence the name. We are fighting every day, my mind and I. I won't lie, sometimes it wins, but I win sometimes as well. So I can say I'm the victor sometimes. For anxiety, from what I've learned with my experience so far, is when you're really worried about the future. And most of the time, it's actually things that have not even happened. And it's funny how it can corrupt your intuition or corrupt your mind to the point you think it's your intuition. So what I'd say to counter that is, as cliches as it may sound, is just try and fill your mind with good thoughts. What do we call them nowadays? Affirmations, positive affirmations. And whenever you get a negative thought that may cause you to spiral, just try and counter that with something positive in the present. Just try and remain present. Try and focus on the now as opposed to what's going to happen. And just take it a day at a time. That's what I'd say. So I recently came across a therapist by the name Ruby Miseda. She is the founder of Jupenda Wellness, and it's just all things mental health and mental well-being across Africa. I love the way she speaks. I love the way she simplifies matters mental health. I love the way she's able to connect mental health and how it affects various aspects of our lives. And she's Kenyan, and she's a young female. So yeah, I think she's a thought leader that I would also love to have on my podcast someday. To be honest, I feel like it will be relatable to any demographic, mainly because mental health affects everyone, young, old, doesn't really matter the background you come from. So it will be relatable to most people. Yep. One of the things that I usually do, especially let's say when I'm in the middle of an anxiety battle, as I said, is breathing exercises. I think it's a 5-4-3 method. You inhale for 5 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, and breathe out for 3 seconds. That one calms you down in a few minutes. And then I usually have a worship song that I play that just instantly calms me down. It's Yeshua. I think it's, power in the name, maybe. What else do I do? I journal sometimes. when I can, because it's not easy while you're in the middle of it. And sometimes even just speaking to a friend, and also take a nap. There's nothing that a good sleep would solve. That's a tough one because, as I said, I am a homebody, so I love spending time at home. However, what gets me out of the house is anything that I do where I get to spend time with my loved ones. So anything really, just that I could, as long as I can spend time with my friends and family. But by anything, I don't include hiking. So yeah, anything except hiking. Yeah, and just anywhere where I could like get my child like self out. So the playful side of me as well. Bouncing castles are a plus. Oh, wow. The world is your oyster. Okay, those are big words. You literally can be anything you'd love to be. I think with kids, what's beautiful is just how their mind is and the beauty of their imagination. The innocence of it. They literally feel like they can be anything. And maybe sometimes as we grow older, the world corrupts that. So I'd just love them to maintain that innocence and continue dreaming big. Okay. So I am the firstborn of three girls. I was a very chill child, very quiet, very obedient. And I think that has still stuck with me to date. But yeah, very unproblematic. I don't think I was ever caned by my parents. But my sisters, that's a different story. Anyway, I think I'd love to say I grew up in a very loving home. Very maybe sheltered to some extent. In fact, well, I actually never liked sleepovers, like as opposed to other kids. I didn't like being away from my parents. So I was born in Nakuru and we moved to Nairobi a couple of years later. I think from the different places that we've lived in and the different communities and neighborhoods, I think I was exposed to very diverse backgrounds. So sometimes I feel like I can fit in, yeah, almost anywhere really. So yeah, as I said also, I was not adventurous. I was not an adventurous child though. I've just always been very chilled. Yeah, that was my childhood. My family is everything to me, really. And I'm glad we've been able to maintain that closeness, especially the nuclear family. And I feel like that closeness is actually what has carried me through some of my toughest days. So I think the support that I'm able to get from the family, it has also molded my view of the world. It has shaped how my relationships as well. So it shows me, I mean, when I know that I'm loved at home, you can't show me things out here. You can't show me dust. But yeah, it has kept me grounded, especially on the tough days. Yeah. So as I said, I am a lawyer by profession, although currently not a practicing advocate, but I'm in the human rights and development space. It's not different from what I thought about growing up. I think I always knew, I've always had this passion for justice. It's just now how I now practice it on a day-to-day that's slightly different. Because at first I thought that I'd be like in court and stuff, but now I'm more in programs and projects, but it's still all justice related. So yeah, I think I've still maintained that passion. First of all, girl, chill. Okay, I said I grew up very relaxed, but my teenage years, I think I was a bit, yeah. Especially, I think around 16, 17. There must have been something in the water then. So I'd tell her to chill a bit. But I'd tell her that you turned out to be exactly who you thought you'd be. So just keep believing and continue dreaming big. I usually say, when I say usually say, it's to my friends especially, travel light. Life already has so many stressors, just as it is. So if it's any little thing that you can eliminate and, help you or be one less stressor in your life, just cut it out. If it's a very stressful relationship or friendship, you don't have to deal with it. You don't have to deal with it. You can cut it out. That's one way of dealing with it. So my peace of mind strategy is cut out the little things that you can cut out, and then have the, so that you can have the ability to deal with the bigger issues. Yeah, that's usually my key go-to thing. Travel light. This podcast. That's what has been on my mind. It has been consuming me, to be honest, in a good way. As I said, again, it's something that I've wanted to do for a really long time. And now that I've finally gotten around to doing it, I've just been thinking of how can I make it better? How can what kind of conversations would be relatable? How can I be of value to my audience? I just don't want to talk. I want, by the time you get out of this space, you've learned something, you're more at peace, you feel lighter. So yeah, that is what has been occupying my mind. Going down, I isolate. That's when I know things are thick. I'll know it's improving, of course, when maybe I'm interacting with people a bit more. I will know also by just my surrounding, my space, how I kept it and how I maintain it. It tells a lot about the state of my mental health. Oh, I would love to grow a community of people, first of all, who are more aware about their mental health and their mental space and their mental well-being. I would love to continue just propelling this conversation. I know we are now talking about mental health a bit more than a couple of years back. So just to continue that, I would love to grow a community of people who are not afraid to share, of people who know how to prioritize themselves and their well-being, and also maybe to help those around them. It could be your friend, it could be your sister. When you can have the knowledge to be able to tell the telltale signs of when things are not going too well. So those are some of the things that I would love to. I would love to also bridge that gap between, I'd say, the young and the old. As much as this conversation is becoming a bit more, out there and a bit more relatable, I still feel like there's a bit of a disconnect, a bit with the older generations especially. So just trying to demystify that and create a space where they truly understand what really is going on in our minds. Oh, you can expect a lot of conversation, laughter, personal experiences from myself and guests as well. You can also expect expert insights. You can expect, of course, maybe Q&A for things you do not understand. we'll unpack a lot, as I said, when it comes to different types of mental health, from anxiety, depression, bipolar, maybe schizophrenia, all this. So there's a lot of knowledge, a lot of fun conversations, a lot of expert insights as well. I would have experts as well, so from counselors, therapists, perhaps psychiatrists as well. We will also have just regular people sharing their personal experiences in their day-to-day life. We will also have, I would love to have caregivers of people who have, let's say, extreme mental health cases. So maybe those who have not experienced this personally, but have had to be a caregiver to those who experience mental health challenges as well. So we'll have a wide array of guests on this podcast. Stay tuned. This is a passion project. It's coming straight from the heart. So I'd love you to journey with me as we unpack all these conversations. I would love you guys to share with me your experiences as well, because it's more conversational, and I'd love to hear your experiences. So stay tuned, like this video, share if you have enjoyed it, subscribe to this channel. This is going to be a very exciting journey, and I'm glad that you have started this with me if you're watching this video. So stay tuned for more interesting conversations, and we're going to unpack quite a lot. We are going to grow together. I'd say that. As I said, we're building a community. It's not just a one person thing. It's not just a one-man show. So please please share with anyone that you think would benefit from this. And of course, do not forget to subscribe. Subscribe on YouTube, subscribe on Spotify. Wherever you found this, subscribe and stay tuned for more.